In this example, we are going to measure a cone. The idea is that it's a through cone, so not a cone that is in an undercut. It has straight through access. And for this example, we've changed the probe head to A90B0. This is to go in through the back of the job and measure this cone here. So let's have a go at measuring that in Aberlink3D. So we'll open up Aberlink3D and we'll spin the camera around so that we can see the cone. But as per the previous exercises, before we actually open the feature, the most critical thing is that we set the Z- star probe active, and again that is going to fix the correct vectors for the feature. In this example, going in through the back of the job, taking the measurements and then exiting through the back of the job. So now we have that set as active. We'll open up the cone feature, we'll go to CNC and we'll check the padlocks within the move parameters box for the plunge and rise. We can now move that out of the way. Now we are ready to take points, so again I'll just cycle through the different star probes until I have the correct one. It's not critical, it's more of a visual thing, and all I need to do is take a point at the start and take a point at the end, and again the software takes care of the rest by automatically using all available star tips within the feature. So we click yes, and that should automatically have written in the correct code. Now occasionally it will get it wrong, so I've noticed here there's some Z- positions in here. However, this is easily corrected just by setting the correct amount of points. With cones, it's slightly different when compared to the previous exercise with the cylinder. We can no longer use 3, 4, as again if I switch on the probe paths, so view edit toolbar, display options and show probe path, you'll see when I try to use 3, 4, it rotates the points, which make it ineligible with the star probe, so it will not work. So we only have one option currently for cones, and that is 8. We hit make, yes, and you'll see not only does it evenly spread them out as it did with the cylinder over 2 different depths, but it also, when we remake the code, it gets rid of any Z- offsets. So that's using only the X's and the Y's, which is what we want. And again, just to highlight the importance, it's going to go in through the back of the job to the feature, take the measurement points and then exit through the back of the job. And that again is because we used the Z- star probe and set that as active prior to opening the feature, and then lock those parameters for the plunge and rise before then taking points. So what I'll do now, again you can see this with the feature, I'll turn the camera on, which is now set up so we're viewing from the back of the job, hello, and then when I press play you'll see it safely navigates through the back of the job, goes and measures the initial depth on the cone, now switches to the second depth before taking the final point and exiting out through the back of the job. So it's done all of that automatically for us based on the 2 clicks, and again the safety move in and out is set correctly via using the Z- offset prior to opening the feature and then locking the padlocks. So that is how we measure cones internally with a star probe, and we'll wrap that up now.